Here we go. What's good, people? This is Big Said, the industry Cosign. I have a special guest today. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself so that way I don't say anything that I can't say anyway. So, but y'all know how I do. But anyway, we're going to talk to, well, like I said, he has to introduce himself first. Although you can see the name. I'm acting like I'm nervous, like I've never done this before. But that's cool. So, but anyway, today's guest is
Shannon Mitchell. Shannon Mitchell. Thank you. First, I want to, thank this. Actually, take this time to thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to come on your platform and talk about my Juneteenth event. For those who don't know, I'm the founder of All About Us Festival. My name is Shannon Mitchell.
Yeah. So this is what I should have done, because the way I do things is usually off the top of my head anyway. So I should have introduced the festival first, so that way people will understand why we're having a conversation. But I'll start by saying, you're having your second annual. You're having a Juneteenth event that's taking place in Jersey City. I know you did the first one last year. It's taking place actually on Juneteenth, which for the people that better know is June 19th. And the festival call is All About Us. And this is where you're going to take over. So that way you let the people know why you started the festival, what it's about, and why they should come through.
Okay.
If they're in the area, of course, if they're in Oklahoma, they can't come because
So as you mentioned, All About Us Festival takes place at Liberty State Park here in Jersey City. That's going to be happening on Wednesday, June 19th from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. And, as you mentioned, this is our second annual. This year we have incredible vendors. We have some incredible talent, and activations that, we want the whole community to come out and celebrate Juneteenth with us.
Cool. Now you mentioned talent. I know you have several DJs and some recording artists. Could you let them know who they will be able to see once they get to All About Us?
Of course. Last year we brought the hip hop legend Slick Rick, and this year, with it being the second annual, we really wanted to figure out how we go bigger and better. So I'm happy to say that we were able to secure DJ Juls, who's a huge Afrobeats DJ. He's actually flying in from Europe just for Juneteenth. So, and then additionally, we have the iconic Crystal Waters, a Jersey native. I'm sure Big Sam back in your day, you used to be out partying to that Crystal Waters.
I definitely am familiar with her recording. So,
when we wanted to really figure out what will represent, the Black culture, and this year we're able to say that we have the Grammy-nominated music Soulchild, who's going to be performing at All About Us Festival this year.
So that means 2 straight years you've had former Def Jam artists, Slick Rick the Soulchild. But good choices, because as I told you before we started this, I actually went to school with Slick Rick, so I have a connection with him, both from the Bronx. Well, he's from England, but came up in the Bronx. We went to high school together. And music Soulchild, he's probably one of the few artists I haven't actually met, because like I said, I've been doing this thing for years, and I've met so many people over the years where I don't want to meet anybody else. I shouldn't say that.
No. You got to meet everybody, Big Sam. Cut it out. Everybody want to meet you.
But the good thing is that I know that he's a good performer. He has an incredible library, so I know people will definitely enjoy. Even people who don't know who may be a little younger, but knowing once they hear some of his classic songs, they'll understand who he is and like why you selected him.
He has an incredible catalog. Everybody know Love. Everybody that sung that song, sung their heart out to Love. So we're extremely excited for him to perform with a live band right there in Liberty State Park. I think it's going to be a remarkable performance.
Now I know that we all know what Juneteenth, the celebration of Juneteenth is, with the freeing of the slaves, even though that they didn't tell us until like June 19th. And since this is, why don't you take us back to why you started this festival last year?
That's fair. One of the important reasons that I felt it was a need for me to start this festival here in Jersey City was with Jersey City being considered one of the most diverse cities in the United States. We felt that it was a need that we needed to have a huge celebration for Juneteenth. It was extremely important that, I guess you could say one of the goals was when I thought about what Juneteenth meant, it was I personally envisioned that it should have been celebrated, and it should be celebrated at the scale of July 4th. And, I really wanted to be able to be one of the individuals who could help push that forward.
Definitely great goals, and I definitely agree with you. And maybe within a couple of years, since it's literally a new holiday, federally, people actually can get the day off and get paid for it. But the fact that it's an actual Black holiday, Black focused holiday, which of course I'm pretty sure is the reason why you have it all about us. I do appreciate the fact that it's definitely taking place, and being that it's in Jersey City. I'm currently residing in Jersey City. I'm from the Bronx. I'm always going to claim the Bronx, but I've been in Jersey City for a couple of years now. And what I've noticed about Jersey City is that it is culturally diverse. And I think anybody from outside of the area don't really understand or appreciate that. So All About Us Festival, I'm pretty sure, will tackle the necessary cultural aspects of Blacks in particular, but I'm pretty sure it's open to anybody who wants to celebrate.
Correct.
What are your long-term plans as far as where do you see All About Us maybe 5, 7, 12, 90 years from now?
Good question. It's so hard to answer that question because right now we're currently so focused on our event in 2 weeks. Our goal is, each year to make it a bigger and better event, for the community. So right now, I think our focus is really making sure that we get the community out this year, June 19th, to, celebrate the freedom of Black folks.
Okay. What else is happening? Of course, you've already mentioned that you have these 2 performers, you have DJs. What else is going on at the festival?
So, I get excited when I get to be able to talk about this. So, on top of, those performances, we have a bunch of activities and attractions for the actual community. So we have food vendors, we have craft vendors, we have a kids zone with a bunch of free activities from face painting to magicians to gaming stations. One of the important things that we're going to be having at All About Us is voter registration, especially with an election year. We're going to be having medical screening, so we're going to be having live art, spoken word, a bunch of dancing. You know how big Jersey dancing is now. Double Dutch. We have so many things that, you might not even be able to do everything in 8 hours while you're there. So we're super excited about all these elements that we have with our festival this year.
How are you able to obtain the people that are participating, whether it's vendors, talent, just anybody helping out? Well, not necessarily the process, but how was the organization of the event, and how long does it typically take? And I know this is only your second one, and I do appreciate the fact that you said you wanted each year to get bigger and better, which is always should be the process for anything that we do. But especially as an entrepreneur, especially as somebody who's just starting something, how easy or difficult was it for you to actually put things in place so that way you can have All About Us Festival?
We have an incredible relationship with Liberty State Park. So that's one thing I want to, really touch on. The journey to actually do the event has, nothing's easy. If you want me to be totally transparent, it's an emotional roller coaster. you know, to actually, you know, be able to do something of the scale. But, you know, I have an incredible team, and, you know, I'm blessed to be able to say that, you know, everybody's working extremely hard, and we're all see the vision, and we're so close to the finish line. But, you know, it's a journey. It's nothing worth having is, you know, easy. So, you know, but we're actually happy that we're here 2 weeks away, and we can't wait for everybody to come out and celebrate Juneteenth with us.
So you know, you mentioned you know, just organizing, getting things together. So my question is, who is Shannon Mitchell?
Shannon Mitchell is you know, I'm
You accepting that, right?
I'm the co-founder of All About Us. You know, I'm the CEO of my nonprofit, No Youth Wasted. You know, those are two things that, you know, I really stand on. Both of those are, you know, the nonprofit working with the youth of Jersey City, and, you know, All About Us being able to put together this community event. Those are the two things that, you know, right now in my life are probably the staples I live on.
Well, that's the reason why I asked who is Shannon Mitchell, because people always have a reason to do what they do, you know, whether it's for profit, whether it's for community, whether it's for fun, whatever the situation is. And being that you do have nonprofits, I think that's definitely commendable, one. And two, I guess it shows like the commitment that you have for not only the community, but the nonprofit that you're running. What led you to having an interest in giving back to the community in the way that you're giving back?
Great question. For me, you know, as you get older, you start to learn that
you're like 14. What are you talking about when you get older?
I believe that, you know, it's our job to pay it forward, you know, especially with us being, you know, Black and brown people. You know, I think, you know, when you're able to pay it forward and be able to help others is a blessing in its own. So, you know, that was one of the reasons I wanted to start my nonprofit, No Youth Wasted, and be able to, you know, work with young Black men and be able to, you know, try to give them the wisdom that I got when I was growing up.
Okay, I know that you I'm assuming that you did this on your own last year, not you specifically, but the organization. And I read that you partnered with the National Juneteenth Museum and Dr. Opal Lee. Would like to talk about that?
So yes. You know, one of our notable partners this year is the National Juneteenth Museum. What can we say? That's like a dream come true to have them as a partner. So yeah, to be endorsed by the National Juneteenth Museum is something so incredible.
I mean, it's definitely a big thing, especially being that they've been working on this for, you know, years, and that's a great cosign, because, you know, we all know that in this society that, you know, having a good cosign, even if you have a great product, just pushes you even further. So that's a good thing. My thing is, I'm looking up some notes that I wrote.
It's all right. And to touch on that cosign, you're giving me that cosign right now.
Well, it's the cosign. So, outside of the community aspect and the cultural aspect, if I'm walking down the street and I'm looking for something to do, how are you going to get me to come to All About Us Festival?
I think
you need one more person, and I'm walking down the street. How you can convince me to come to the?
No. I think you know, I truly believe you know, with the food vendors, with the craft vendors, you know, you got to figure, you know, our headliners are iconic. It's not a hard sell. You know, right now we have tickets on sale for affordable price of $25 on our website at allaboutusfest.com. And so I think for me, it if we're just saying, if you're looking for something to do, you're gonna also want to come to the event. If you're saying you want to come out and celebrate Juneteenth and you want to celebrate freedom, which is so relatable to not only Black people but all races, you want to come out to our festival also.
That's good. Now, I know it's kind of hard to look into the future. Well, actually, the future could be in 5 minutes because that's the future regardless. But in terms of the festival itself, specifically with Juneteenth, you said you want to every year to get bigger and better. Ideally, without knowing what's going to come up, how do you see All About Us as a bigger picture even if it's in the near future or I would say far future, in the near future or further away? How do you envision All About Us being?
So I think it's bigger than just All About Us. When I think about Juneteenth, I personally envision, like I mentioned, it should be celebrated at the same scale as the 4th of July. So, some of the goals when we talk about All About Us is, unity, raising awareness, and supporting local businesses. So if we're able to do that every year, bringing people together and raising that awareness of the holiday and supporting, Black businesses and showcasing Black businesses, our job is done, And lastly, I think if we're able to inspire, because it's a family event, and if we're able to inspire children and adults seeing Black folks, I think that's exactly what we're looking for when we talk about our goals and mission.
Okay, thanks. I definitely appreciate that. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else. As far as Shannon Mitchell, the business person, is there any other things that you'd like to do or like to talk about that is, even if it's in your head right now? Because I'm the type of business person where I can't put things on paper. I just have to do it.
You just want to get to it.
It works for me, but I know with other people, they have to, be and especially something like this, a festival like this has to be planned, as opposed to, what, I want to do this festival. What are you doing tomorrow? No, it can't be that easy. Is there anything else that you have in mind as far as you as an entrepreneur, or what you want to do, even if it's not immediate, just in general?
It's currently it's about, if we're going to talk about All About Us, is scaling that up, and then, growing the nonprofit. For me, the nonprofit is almost my calling, and, All About Us is a dream come true. When I talk about, a festival that I was able, not only just me, but it's a us thing. When we talk about doing an event, but, it's a dream come true for me, because I've done events for 10, 15 years. And, to be able to put together a event of this magnitude was truly remarkable.
And I'm like, in my mind, I'm saying to myself, like, I know this is a task in itself, but I'm going to have to ask you, like, is there any other festivals or events that you would want to do or envision when you do get to a place where you can? Because, like you said, I know that this is it's all encompassing. So I know it's not.
Okay, like Big said, June 20th. Me and the team are gonna be talking about 2025.
That makes sense, yeah.
So it takes up so much of your personal time, but June 19th, when you get to that finish line, there's no better feeling. But right now, I honestly can't think of anything outside of what I'm doing. What I mean?
Hey, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
No. I'm extremely focused on making this festival one of the biggest Juneteenth festivals in the state, in the tri-state. That's our goal.
That's good. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention or discuss?
Of course, of course, of course. I wanna definitely thank you again for the opportunity for letting me come on your platform and share all about us. For all the listeners, we have All About Us Festival happening June 19th at Liberty State Park from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have an amazing lineup of musicians. We have craft vendors, food vendors, so many activities that you want to come out and celebrate the holiday, celebrate Juneteenth. You're gonna have a day of just liberation, and you're gonna feel so good and really enjoy yourself. So like I said, please come. Big Set will be there. Yes. He's gonna be doing his two-step.
He's gonna promise that, but I'll be out there.
And we're just gonna have fun, bring community together, and unite.
Or maybe I'll get up on stage with Crystal Waters.
I'm shocked you don't know her.
We've crossed paths, but the bigger question is, does she know me?
Of course. She gonna text you when she get to Jersey City. Big Ted, I'm here.
She might do that, and that'll be a good thing. But I do appreciate your time, and like I said, I'm gonna put whatever efforts I can to make sure that people do hear about this before June 19th, so that way on June 19th, if they're not going there to see you, they're going there to see me. Now let me stop.
But I definitely, before we go, I definitely want to give a huge shout out to some of our sponsors. We have Jersey City Medical Center, who's actually sponsoring the event this year. We have Jersey City Public Library, and for me, those are notable sponsors alongside Exchange Place Alliance, and it just shows that the city's really supporting this event.
That's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing, because if you don't get the support from the city, sometimes it doesn't matter. So, and I'm pretty sure next year when we have this conversation again, you'll have bigger artists, more sponsors, and you might have to get an annex to Liberty State Park because there's so many people coming through. So
that's the goal. That's the goal.
And as long as people leave smiling, happy, full, entertained, whatever reasons they went there, and for me, it's just a matter of just being around good people doing good things and having a good time. Right. I pray that all of that happens and more, so that way it'll be, and not to say it'll be easy, but it'll be easier when you're putting it together for next year, because I mean, I've done annual events, so I get it. Not to the scale of doing a festival, but I get it on a smaller scale, and I do know the work that's put into it, especially if you're one of the leaders or founders of it, because it is a task, and I do want to acknowledge you for putting up with wanting to do it, and also the reasons for doing it outside of community, but on Juneteenth, because Juneteenth may be the most important day for us as Black people in recent memory, because of the significance of it recently becoming a federal holiday.
Correct.
So I definitely want to acknowledge that and appreciate you doing it. And
thank you.
When I was asked to speak to you, I jumped at the opportunity because we need more of this. So that way, culturally, we're better as people. And I think that some of us are kind of lost, the past couple of years for whatever reason. But I think something like this will definitely bring people back in, or bring them to a place where it should be for us as a community. And I want to thank you in advance for doing so. And of course, I'll thank you in person when we do speak. And then, like I said, I'm glad that I'm able to use my platform to help you get that message out there, and hopefully to get more people to definitely engage in whatever you do outside of doing this, because you have a nonprofit organization. As a matter of fact, why don't you repeat your organization, any contact information, social media, things of that nature?
Got it. So, it's the festival. So Instagram is All About Us Festival. The website, allaboutusfest.com. The nonprofit Instagram is No Youth Wasted. And you can find our website at noyouthwasted.org. So, yeah. And, my personal Instagram is Shannon.MitchellJC.
Okay.
So definitely come check us out.
Definitely. Once again, I know that you have to get going because you have some things to plan for this festival. So that way, I don't want you blaming me for keeping you on so long that you couldn't make that phone call or make that delivery, whatever you need to make in order to make it happen. Once again, good luck with everything. And
Thank you.
And maybe I'll do a review after the fact. So that way, the few people that may miss it will wonder why they missed it. And I'll tease them like, this is why you missed a great event. But once again, thanks once again, Shannon. And like I said, we'll be connecting in the future.
We'll see each other soon. Thank you again.
Probably sooner than June 19th, but definitely soon.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope to see everyone there. Bye-bye. Love us.
Once again, this is Big Set, Dentistry Cosign. Until the next time, peace. What? Okay, there we go.